Hi, I'm Fabio and I'll be the one guiding you through the presentation today. So let me introduce you to our team members. Aishwarya, Mohit, Akash and I. We formed Group 1 and we decided to choose the Hahn SuperDry, which is a beer, and introduce it to the Indian market. So first we're gonna go through our product description and the opportunity existing in India. Then, thanks to the situation analysis we run, we're going to see what constitute hand strength, weaknesses, and potential threats in the market. Further, we're going to see what are the smart objectives for this project. And finally, what are our implementation recommendations for Han and how they should adapt the product to meet the customer's wants and needs. The product we decided to internationalize is the Hahn SuperDry, which is a low-carb beer. This beer has a strong nutrition profile since it has only 99 calories per serving. In comparison, this is half the calories of a Kit Kat bar. On a domestic scale, this brand has also a strong brand image since it was created by Dr. Charles Hahn, which is one of the pioneers of the Australian brewing industry. And still on a local scale, uh, with this specific product, the brand targets people with active lifestyle. And as per the beer description, this is the perfect balanced rate for active individuals. So why India? India is referred to as one of the BRICS countries, which is forecasted to have significant growth within the coming years. But that's not it. The alcohol and beer market have witnessed a steady growth over the last decade in the consumption of alcohol and beer. Behaviors are changing too. Despite having 95% of India being religious, drinking alcoholic beverages is no longer a taboo. And if we try to narrow down a bit more the market, we can see that 42% of the total beer consumption in the nation is located in South India. When it comes to the beer internal diagnostic, we have to consider the group and the brand it is related to. And it is in this case Lion Australia. Lion is Australia's biggest brewer, which was also 2 years ago market leader. In numbers, Lion, this is over 100 brands, more than 1,000 partnerships, and nearly 7,000 employees across New Zealand and Australia. In terms of performances, Lion achieves an annual average profit of 5 billion in a 14 billion market. It is also considered to represent 42% of the market back in 2019. When going global, firms should pay close attention to the external environment, such as the economic, legal, or even cultural aspects. In the case of the SuperDry, we pointed out four elements that would be the most critical towards the implementation of the beer in India. The first one being the strict regulations. There are laws on alcohol advertisement and distribution, making the market entry tricky. The second one is the social aspect. Drinking habits are changing nationwide. People used to prefer strong alcohol like whiskey over soft alcohol like beer, cider, and champagne. Most importantly, we have a booming economy which is led by rural India. The country has also witnessed an increase in income across the whole nation over the last decade. And finally, we have a different culture. The country is still at 95% religious, where strong believers still do not drink alcohol, but mindset are slowly shifting to greater acceptance. Despite being at its growth stage, the Indian beer market already counts several competitors. Among those, the Byra 91 Light, the Heineken Light, and the Coors Light will be the three main competitors for the SuperDry. However, only the Heineken Light and the Coors Light will be considered direct competitors since they are both lagers, therefore using the same brewing process as the SuperDry. So what is the scope of the project? The beer will be implemented in India following two main strategies: increasing market share and building brand equity. The first objective is about distribution. Identify key partners so as to establish a distribution network and cover South India by financial year 2. Then, in terms of market share, we'd like to acquire 25% of the lager market share in South India by financial year 2 and 1/3 of this same market by financial year 3. Regarding the brand awareness, we will build it through brand activation, professional events, and social media with an expected awareness of 50% by the end of the first year. In terms of brand loyalty, we'd like to achieve 5% of repetitive purchase by the end of the first year and grow it to 15% by the beginning of year 3. When it comes to the market entry strategies, there are several ways to enter an international market, but here are those we found the most relevant in our case. The first one being exporting. Hahn would continue to produce the SuperDry in Australia and then directly sell it to an Indian distributor. However, by doing so, the brand would be exposed to the high tax and duties imposed by the Indian government. The second option would be licensing. We consider this one to be a viable option for Hahn that would result in selling the recipe of the SuperDry to a local brewer. Although such practice results in inconsistencies in the value delivery, such as the beer quality or even how the beer is promoted in the market. What we recommend Hahn to do is entering the market via partial acquisition or foreign direct investment. Despite being costly, this method would result in a better control over the product itself and how the product is promoted in the market. As beer is considered an FMCG, the SuperDry marketing mix will be divided into 5 P's rather than 4, including the packaging. The beer composition itself will not change, it already constitutes its competitive advantage in the marketplace. However, its packaging will have to. We will swap the glass bottles for aluminum cans since aluminum is less expensive and more recyclable in India. For the distribution, we will aim at covering South India by the end of first year via intensive distribution and the establishment of key partnerships. We recommend a market price of 160 rupees that would help differentiate the brand from its direct competitors and without being in the price range of the international players such as Heineken and Corona. Finally, for its promotion, social media and brand activations would be the two main drivers of brand awareness since regulation limits us in terms of types of advertising. Thank you for listening, and that was all for us.